What is up? It's BrickLetter18 here today with Lego City Rebuild Update number 4 here in 2023. You guys, I've been working on the city for the last few weeks now and making constant updates and changes to it. I'm very excited for the direction the city is going, and I know you guys are as well from all the kind comments and stuff like that, the comment suggestions and all that good stuff that you've left me over the last few weeks, and I'm excited to be here today with another update. These updates are more progress videos, so they're always fun to film, but you guys saw in the last one, I really worked on the bridge area here and reconfiguring some of the roads and adding some sidewalks into the Lego City. Today in this update, I really want to focus on the park area down here, the beach. I've got a ton of parts down here that I really need to do something with because there's a ton, it's making a ton of mess here in the Lego room. So I want to get to it. So very excited to continue working on the city today. And I'm going to start off by tidying up the beach area. So I'm like 40 minutes into building and I have not even touched the beach area like I said I was going to, but I've been working on the park area and the railing. So for starters, I modified this part a bit and built the staircase. The other staircase I had in the old city was not going to work for this new one, so I built this really big one. I'll tile it up and I'll make it look obviously pretty. And then I still got to do the beach area down here. And then of course I've been working on this park area as well, getting the wall all set up and the railing all the way around. I still have to obviously order all of those 6x6 panels to go underneath there. I'm going to need a bunch and I will order them eventually, but it is just not a high priority right now, so I'm going to deal with the ugly lookingness of it for a little bit. But then up here on the actual park area, it's looking good. I added the railing all the way along there, the Lego City, so it's going to look awesome, and I can even start tiling. I'm very happy with how sturdy these base plates are. I feel like I built them up really well. So I'm going to screw around, add the museum back in there, add a bunch of all the tiles and stuff like that, and be good to go. I've also got to open up the other parts back here to finish up the bridge, which once that's finished, it's going to look really good as well. And then lots of detail needs to be done in the Lego City, and that is something that's going to be a high priority. There we go. Just like I wanted to, I got the beach area all cleaned up, and I actually put all of the tan tiles in as well. I really like how the contrast of that looks, and I think it looks pretty sharp here in the Lego City. All of the city's actually cleaned up right now. There are no loose parts or anything like that all the way around, except for some parts for the train area here and some things, I guess, not in the right place. But from this side, it looks perfect. So I still have to get, obviously, the extra base plates there and finish up building the bridge area here. But I'm very, very happy with how it looks. I added a sidewalk over here in the park, so I made it an additional 3 tiles deep, so 6 more studs all the way down there. It looks really cool. I'm going to have the museum there on an angle with a sidewalk going up to it as well. And then I just want to fill it with like a nice little park and some fun little things for, families and stuff like that to enjoy. I got to clean up the police scene that I was just having fun with the other day. And I've also got to put in more of the mini modular buildings for sure. That'll look really, really good. And then once I've kind of, staged this area, I think I'm going to have to move the table kind of out of the way and really get into the main part of the Lego City and do more of the staging there. But that's not going to be in this video, so we don't have to worry about that now. But for the most part, I just want to tidy up, the city a little bit more and work on some of this area and get it more complete. One thing that I'm not going to be tackling until at least update number 5 is all the subway stations. So the train is still underneath the city here. I'm still liking how that's going to look, but doing the subway stations is going to be a lot of work and it's going to be requiring some more bricklink orders and stuff like that. So it will have to come at a later date, but the infrastructure is there and ready. So now that a lot of the city is complete, I want to actually finish up the bridge so I can continue working and having it look a little less unfinished. So I've got one of the boxes of the Lego City road plates here that I'm going to open up and add 2 of the remaining base plates onto the bridge. These are the main pieces I need right here, but of course I'm going to need the tile parts from here as well. Awesome, so I've got these on place in the bridge here, just have to snap them in, but they set in nicely because I had, arranged how exactly I needed them to go. Unfortunately, they're just a little bit longer than the actual bridge itself, which is something I tried to avoid, but at the end of the day, it was just not something that could feasibly be done. Very nice. So guys, the bridge is done. All of the tiles are in place, and I really like how that looks. I also tiled some other areas of the road that were missing some here. So now the road at least looks pretty complete. So I'm trying to do some detailing on the bridge here, and I was going to add these 1x1 studs all the way along like you can see here, but then I wasn't sure if I liked it. So instead I started adding these 1x2 plates on the same places where there is the support pillars. And I think I like that a lot more. So you guys will have to let me know, kind of down in the comments. But I think for now I'm going to go ahead and remove all of the studs and replace it with the 1x2 plates. I've also got to tidy up this area as well and do some of the tiling for the staircase and stuff like that. So I've gone ahead and finished tiling a lot of the Lego City, so I made that look really good and I'm happy with the progress there. I added a fountain to the corner here just because I didn't know where else to put it and I thought it would look kind of cool, overlooking the Lego City. I've seen that in a few things before. I added the Lego City Museum back to the city as well. I added it on a little plate so it could be on an angle there. And then I also added a few more buildings to the corner here because I had a little bit of extra space. I've got some more extra space here as well, so I'll probably just leave that blank, maybe put some cars or something like there parked for a while I figure that out. And then the rest of the city is pretty much looking good. I think a lot of it is, rebuilt now. A lot of the next update is just going to be staging and just getting it ready and making it look more like a city. Obviously, I've got this empty space back here, which is going to be where the jazz club is going to, well, actually, no. The jazz club is going to go here where the detective's office is, and that's going to go back here just to switch it up a little and spice it up. But I haven't ordered the jazz club yet. I'll probably wait. I'm in no rush now. I wanted it on January 1st, but I bought a ton of other Lego sets and stuff like that instead. So now, again, it's just no rush. I've also got to do another billboard over here for Tile Square. I want to get that done and out of the way because if I don't do it soon, you know me, guys, I'm never going to do it. Other than that, all is looking good, and I'm really looking forward to starting staging because you guys can see I've got a lot of loose Lego parts down here from the old city that need to be added back in. I've got a lot of blank space and stuff like that, and I just want the city to look perfect again. Somebody asked me in the last LEGO City update if I was going to put the Hidden Side Lighthouse back in the city because I had said that in an earlier update that I was going to put it over here by the bridge, and unfortunately the answer is no. I decided I really like how the city looks without the lighthouse there. I was going to have to do too many modifications, and it was just going to be in a weird, awkward angle for it to go in the LEGO City, so I ultimately decided that I was just going to leave it out, and I'm happy with that decision overall. So now that the city is looking a lot more complete, I've gone ahead and started adding some flowers around just to give that city, the pop of color and the little bit of life. So I've got the tray here from the old Lego City of all the flowers and stuff like that I had there. So I've been working on integrating them into the city. And then over here at the park, I finalized putting the museum in. I can't remember if I showed you that in the previous clip or not. But I also added two trees. So this tree was already back there. And then I added this dark green one. And then the bright green one looks really cool. And I also added this walkway here as well, and I added two shrubs on the city museum steps. So I'm going to cover that up with a lot more greenery and stuff like that, and I think it will look really sharp. And then throughout the park here, I'm going to add some more trees, more flowers, some benches, things that would relate to a park and stuff like that, and happy with how that looks. I also finalized the stairs here into the beach area, which looks really good. Very happy with how that looks. It, blends in quite nicely, and it honestly looks like beach stairs you would see from any Lego city, and I like how it looks. My only regret is I wish I could have had them over just a little bit more, less tucked away beside the old fisherman's hut, but still happy with how that looks. And the beach is going to look really good once I start adding more things to it as well. But I like how that looks, and I originally had put 1x1 in the tan bricks there, but I'm going to try and remove those because it doesn't look good, and then just replace them with 1x1 in the dark bluish gray. But like how all the tile looks, like how that detail is, and I think they turned out pretty well. Staging on the beach has been going well. I'm very excited for the progress. I think it looks good, and I just want to make it look good and busy, but not too busy, Like I want it to uh look just good, photogenic. So I have a couple different scenes going on, which I can give you guys a little bit more detail once I do a full city tour, not just a city update like this. I've also been putting some of the things in the water as well. What's left to do on the city is just add a little bit more detail, add lots more minifigures and things like studs to make it look like water and stuff like that. But it's really cool, even building a little, swamp area over here. Up at the top there, I put a hot dog stand because, I figured all the minifigures will want something to eat, and I thought that would be a good place to have it. Over here, I still have to put some more stands and park things and stuff like that where the big, tree is. I also put the ice cream cart up here because I figured it would look cool along the boardwalk where I'm going to have to fill it with minifigures as well. Over here in the park area, I'm going to put a few amusement park things, but not make it an amusement park just because I think it'll add to the city, just having a few things and not take away from the rest. The flowers and stuff like that in front of the museum, I think look really good. I think it integrates in there quite nicely. And then once I get more minifigures and more seating and stuff like that in the park area, I think it's going to look really sick. I do like how all the flowers look, so I'm going to try and find out how I can integrate maybe some more flowers in the Lego city there. And overall, very happy with how the city is looking because I think it looks quite sharp and I think it's very, very good. I'm much happier with how this city is looking compared to how the last city looked, of course. I obviously can't wait to get some more modular buildings in and, fill up this spot back here and just have much more life and much more detail in the Lego city, and that will all be coming very soon. And I'm lucky that I have a ton of Lego minifigures that I can use to stage the city because there's so much variety in this bin, even though it's hard to see because it's pretty dark. A ton of variety. So when I actually start staging the city with more minifigures than like one specifically that I had set aside for the beach and the park, then it'll look even more epic. My goal for this city was just to try and have some more photogenic angles and stuff like that as well. And even as I crouch down here and move around the camera, you guys can see that it does look like I could film and, take pictures of some really cool scenes, tell some really cool stories and stuff like that. I especially love this view down here. I think that looks absolutely epic, but I can't wait to just do a little bit more staging here in the Lego City and see what more I can come up with. So many Lego flowers. Holy crap. Sweet. So I'm very happy with how the park is looking. You guys can see I really put a lot of life and flowers and stuff like that in it. I think it looks good without looking too busy, which is exactly kind of what I was going for because I want, like, parks are busy, yes, but I didn't want it to be like insane. And I want the rest of the city to look similar as well. Like, I don't want just this area to be really busy and then this area look dead, kind of like it does right now. So I am going to be doing a lot more emphasis on staging the rest of the city because I feel like that's where I was slacking in my last city, before I redid some of it. I felt the park was just so busy and so much going on, and then the rest of the city was kind of bland. So very excited to be working on that. I've also been working a lot on the construction site. So the hospital here, which I was originally going to tear down because I didn't think I'd ever finish it. I still don't know if I will ever finish it, but it looks cool and it was fun building. So I just built a little construction site around it right now to do some work. And of course, until I get the other modular building, I've also put this construction site in as well with some old base plate that's extremely gross and dirty. I figured it's perfect for a construction site, and I will do a little bit more staging around just so it kind of fits the bill a little bit more. But then, of course, I do have to work on the rest of the staging of the Lego City here, including this whole front part. I want to work on this area, add some more food vendors, and just tidy it up and make it look really sick. So I'm going to do some cleaning in the Lego room. This is more in the vlog now, but I'm definitely going to do some cleaning and tidy a lot of this city up. But then I want to get the cars in, I want to get the people in, and just like other accessories and stuff like that to make this a livable city. And with that, you guys, I've given you a lot of the upcoming plans for my Lego city, and in this video, we have got a lot done. I'm very proud of the progress, very happy with how things are going, so I think I'm going to be wrapping up this update here. This has been update number 4 on the Lego city. It has really changed so much since the very first update, where I pretty much ripped up the entire Lego city and started a lot of the main and the key areas from scratch. I'm very, very excited for the progress, very excited to see what is to come, and I cannot wait to bring you guys along for the ride with me. Thank you guys once again so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here in the next video here on BrickLetter 18.